Hi guys, how are you? Hopefully all of you are well. Guys, myself Sanjeev Singh, having 14 year of experience in different domain, just like CCNA, routing switching, CCNP routing switching, Palo Alto, Fortinet, Checkpoint, and AWS. So guys, today we will start our important topic that is subnetting. That is subnetting. Why it is important? Because guys, I have just taught different technologies that, as I told you. So guys, in every technology I have seen, if you are not able to understand subnetting, then everywhere you will just get problem while implementing your network. So guys, today the topic that we'll cover in this video will be subnetting. So guys, before submitting, we will discuss some important part that will be helpful for us to understand subnetting. So guys, first of all, just please tell me, anyone know about what is IP format? What is IP format? So guys, before IP, if you don't know about IP format, then I think it will be hard to understand what is subnetting. And the important point that is too much important to understand subnetting, that is subnet mask. So guys, I think if you are not able to understand what is subnet mask, then it will be hard to understand subnetting. And the third point that is important for you is CIDR value. So guys, I think it is too much important for you to understand what is CIDR value. So I think before starting subnetting, we will discuss point to point what is IP format, and the second point that we will cover will be what is subnet mask, and the third point that we will cover will be what is CIDR value. So guys, first of all, we will discuss what is IP format. So guys, actually, if we are talking about IP format, then we must know how many classes are in IP address. So guys, you know much more about classes. So guys, there are 5 classes in IP address. So first of all, uh, if we are talking about classes, so how many classes are over here? 5 classes. And if we are discussing about the classes, so class A, class B, class C, class D, and class E. So guys, I think you all one knows about what is classes uh, and what is the range of classes. But okay, I am just going to define the range. So the range of class A is 0 to 127. And guys, the range of class B is 128 to 191. And the range of class C is equals to 192 to 223. And the range of class D is 224 to 239. And the range of class E equals to 240 to 255. Guys, actually, I am just telling about these ranges because there are many students, they are just preparing for job. So your interviewer may ask about the ranges about class A, class B, class C, class D, class E. So these are the important point. So I think you should learn this. And then guys, class D is reserved for multicasting, and class E is reserved for research and development. Research and development. So guys, if we are talking in class A, then in class A 127 range is reserved for loopback testing. Loopback testing. Guys, if you want to get to know the deep information about what is loopback testing, what is multicasting, what is research and development, so just post me. I will try to make the video regarding these points. Okay, guys. So as I have seen, there are five classes. There are five classes: class A, class B, class C, class D, class E. But guys, the classes that we can use in our network, that can be class A, class B, class C. Why? Because class D and class E is reserved for multicasting and research and development. And guys, one more point I would like to include over here, that is range of private IP and public IP. Guys, many time I have just given many, you can say, corporate trainings, and I have just, as I told you, I am just teaching for a long time. So many time I have seen there are many person, they don't know, they are working in networking, but they don't know about private IP and public IP range. So finally, guys, try to remember this, and as well as the student they are preparing for interview, they should remember. Okay, so the range of class A equals to 10.0.0.0.0 to 10.255.255.255. The range of class B equals to 172.16.0.0 to 172.31.255.255. And guys, the range of class C is equals to 192.168.0.0 to 192.168.255.255. So guys, these are the range of class A, class B, and class C. So guys, I think these are the also important point to discuss and to learn. So now we have discussed the range of private IP. This is the range of private IP, range of private IP. And guys, remaining this range, all the range are public range. Remaining these range, all range are the public range. So guys, now what is the classes, how many classes are in IP, what is the range of the classes, and what is the range of private IP, what is the range of public IP range. So guys, now we will discuss what is IP format. So guys, what is IP format? Guys, if you want to write down anything, just like your name, just like your address, everywhere you will have to follow the format. So if we are talking about name, means in name, which format we are using? We are just using alphabet. Alphabet. And if we are talking about address, then we are using alphabet as well as alphabet as well as numeric. So guys, just like that, if we are talking about IP format, so in IP format, we are using decimal values, decimal value to write down IP. So guys, there are actually, guys, IP address is the combination of network bit and host bit. So guys, IP address is the combination of network bit and host bit. Means if you are getting any kind of IP, either that IP belongs from class A, or class B, or class C, or class D, then guys, every IP belongs from a certain class. And every class has a certain network. And guys, if we are talking about what is IP address, so IP address is the combination of network bit. And this is the point. Network bit and host bit. And guys, network bit is on bit represented by 1. Host bit is off bit represented by 0. So guys, whenever we will write any kind of IP, then IP will be in two parts. First part will be network bit and second part will be host bit, as now we will discuss. So guys, if we are discussing about class C IP format, so guys, you will see the default format that our system uses, is first octet will use for network bit, second octet will use for network bit, third octet will use for network bit, and fourth octet will use for host bit. So guys, whenever you will get class C IP, then in that IP you will get first 3 octet will use for network bit and last octet will be used for host bit. So guys, if we are discussing number of network bit, then how many network bit we are using, guys? 24 bit. How we have calculated? Okay, just see over here. Guys, every octet contain 8 bit. So this octet contain 8 bit. 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 So guys, if we are seeing over here, so first octet we are using for network bit, second octet we are using for network bit, and third octet we are using for network bit. So guys, if we want to calculate how many network bit we are using in class C, so how we calculate? We will add all of these bits in the first 3 octet. So finally, what we'll get? We will get 24 bit, and remaining bits we are using for host bit. So number of host bit is equals to 8 bit. Why guys? Why 8 bit? Because last octet we are using for host bit. So how many bits are over here? 8 bits. So finally we have got number of bits, number of host bit equals to 8 bit. Okay guys. So now guys, suppose I'm giving you an IP of class C, just like 192.168.10.1, and I'm asking, tell me network octet value, or representation, whatever. So just tell me network bit octet value. So how I'll calculate guys? So as we have seen, first octet we are using for network bit. So guys, over here what we'll write? 192. And second octet we are using for network bit, so that is 168. And guys, third octet we are using for also network bit, so that will be 10. So guys, the bit that we are using for network bit in this IP is 192.168.10, and remaining bits are for what? Host bit, as you know. So host bit is equals to what? So host bit is equals to the value that we will get in fourth octet. Why? Because fourth octet we are using for host bit. So the value that we are using for host bit is .1. So guys, finally we have discussed how many network bit we are using, how many host bit we are using in class C IP, and if we are getting any IP, so how we will just break this IP into network bit octet and host bit octet. So guys, now suppose you are getting a IP and you just want to get to know the network ID of that IP. Suppose I have given you a IP 192.168.255.10. Suppose that I have given you, we will take a simple IP. So 192.168.10.1. And I'm asking you, just tell me how we will get the network ID of this IP. So guys, actually, one thing you must have to remember, any IP, any IP belongs from a class, from a network, and any network must belong from a class. So guys, here what exactly want to say, if you have any IP, then this IP must belong from a network. That will be the network ID of that network. And this network belongs from a class, either class A, class B, or class C. So suppose that we have got an IP 192.168.10.1, and someone is asking me what is the network ID? What is the network ID of this class? So how we will find out? So for that, guys, we have a small concept, very small concept, and I think there is no need to learn this concept. Just see one time. Okay. So now, to get the network ID of a given IP, how we'll find out? Guys, the IP address that you are getting, first of all, write down that, then just 192.168.10.1. And guys, which part or which octet you are using for network bit, you know very well. First octet we are using for network bit. Second octet we are using for network bit. Third octet we are using for network bit. And fourth octet we are using for host bit. So guys, if we are talking which part we are using for network bit, so the first three octet we are using for network bit, and last octet we are using for host bit. So finally, guys, exactly we want to get to know what is the network ID of this IP. So for that, we will have to just put off the host bit, and the value that we will get will be the network ID. So exactly what we will do, guys. First of all, we will write the network bit value. So what is the network bit value? 192.168.10.1. Sorry, 10. First octet, second octet, and third octet. And the fourth octet that contain the host bit value, we will put off the octet. Then what value we'll get? If we'll just, guys, if we will put off the octet, then the value that we will get will be 0. So finally, what exactly we'll get? We'll get 0 over here. So guys, exactly if you have any IP and you want to get the network ID of that IP, then simply what you will do, you will turn off the host bit value. Then finally, you will get the network ID of that value. So what is the network ID of this IP 192.168.10.1? So what is the network ID of 192.168.10.1 is 192.168.10.0. How we have got that? We have just write the network ID value and just turn off the bit of host bit. So finally we have got the value of 0. So finally the network ID that we have got is 192.168.10.0. So guys, still now I have completed what the format classes of IP. Classes of IP means how many classes are in IP: class A, class B, class C, class D, class E, and we have just discussed the range, and we have discussed the range of private IP, class A, class B, class C, that we used in our network, and the public range is then the remaining range that is over here is for public IP use. And guys, after that we have discussed format of IP. Exactly, format means what? Exactly, format means how many octet we are using for network bit, how many octet we are using for host bit. For that, INA has given a format. So by default, the format that we use for network bit is and host bit in class C IP. So we have discussed just over here. So first octet we are using for network bit, second octet we are using for network bit, third octet we are using for network host bit, and finally we have discussed the network bit 24, host bit 8, and then we have discussed the IP, and in this IP, which part we are using for network bit, which part we are using for host bit, and then we have discussed IP. Any IP belongs from a network, and every network must belong from a class, just like from a class, just like class A, class B, or class C. So then we have discussed what is the a network ID. Actually, guys, we'll discuss and we'll cover much more about network ID. So now, for this instance, network ID, why we are discussing, because network ID, any IP belongs from a network. So every network has a identification, that is network ID. Guys, we will make a separate video on this network ID and all related steps. So all now we have discussed how we will find out a network ID if we are getting any IP just like 192.168.10.1. So here the network ID is 192.168.10.0. So guys, if we are talking about IP format, then still now we have discussed IP format means how many network bit and how many host bit we are using in the IP address. So now, one more point over here is what is subnet mask? What is subnet mask? So guys, subnet mask means what? Actually, guys, if we are providing IP to the device, then guys, by default, device uses a default format of class A, class B, and class C. As we have discussed, the default format that your device is using is first octet is for network bit, second octet for network bit, third octet for network bit, and fourth octet for host bit. Okay, so guys, now the default format that your devices understand in class C, first the octet is using for network bit and fourth octet we are using for host. So guys, over here the discussion is if you are assigning any IP to your device, then how your device will get to know which part you are using for network bit, which part you are using for host bit. So guys, if we are discussing about subnet mask. So what is subnet mask? This is too much important, guys. Listen. Subnet mask is used to identify, it is used to, it is used to identify which part we are using for network bit and which part we are using for host bit. So now exactly the term that we use or your device use to get to know which part we are using for network bit, which part we are using for host bit in the given IP is defined by subnet mask. So guys, if you want to see, then practically we can see over here. So if I want to show you, then how I'll show you? So guys, just press window R key and just write down ncpa.cpl and just press enter. So guys, you will get over here different network. So I just want to just assign IP at my Ethernet port. So just I will click over here. And now we will select the Internet Protocol version 4 TCP IP. Just double click over here. And we will discuss about these points, what is obtain and IP address automatically use the following IP address. We'll discuss about these terms too much in separate videos. So guys, now if I am assigning IP 192.168.10.1, guys, if you are not assigning subnet mask, then by default, your PC will get subnet mask on the behalf of the IP format that is first the octet will use for network bit and fourth octet will use for host bit. We'll cover in this video how client just calculate the subnet mask. So guys, now if I just click over here, then you will get your client is getting subnet mask 255.255.255.0. And guys, if you are not providing this subnet mask value, then your IP will be invalid. So you can understand how much it is important for you. If you are configuring any device, either you are configuring routers, switches, layer 3 switches, firewall, or your server or your client. So every time you will have to just assign the subnet mask. Okay, so now uh, we will discuss the point what is subnet mask over here. So we have discussed subnet mask is used to identify which part we are using for network bit and which part we are using for host bit. So in given IP, so if you have got IP and someone is asking you what is the subnet mask of this IP, or which part you are using for network bit, which part you are using for a host bit, or you want to get to know you want to get to know the network exactly. Your device is using subnet mask to get to know the network ID that we will discuss further. But for now, you must remember this: if you are not using subnet mask, then your client will not be able to understand from which network this IP belongs, and it is an important part when we will discuss about routing. In that, we will discuss what is the network ID and how much it is important for your network. So we'll discuss and we'll cover over there. So for now, guys, it is too much important for your device to just assign IP. So finally, IP what needs IP needs subnet mask. So what is subnet mask? Subnet mask is used to identify which part we are using for network bit and which part we are using for host bit in the given IP. So finally, suppose I am giving you IP 192.168.10.1. And one more thing, guys, also, if you are thinking every time you will get 255.255.255 in your network, so it is not right. We'll discuss why it is not right. So I will discuss that in subnetting. So for now, if you want to get to know the subnet mask of any client, so how you will calculate that? How you will just calculate? First of all, you'll see. As we know, first octet we are using for network bit. Second octet we are using for network bit. Third octet we are using for network bit. And fourth octet we are using for host bit. Okay, right, guys? And if you are just putting the value of network bit, network bit, network bit, network bit, then how? Guys, every octet contain 8 bit, and the decimal value that we use is what? You know very well about that. 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. So guys, in every octet, you will get just the decimal value 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. If you have any problem regarding this point, so we will just cover that. So guys, now what I have written? I have written the decimal value of an octet. So just like that, in every octet, you will get this value. So in first octet, you have got this. In second octet, you will get just like this. In third octet, you will get. In fourth octet, you will get. So guys, every octet, you will get this decimal value. Okay. So what exactly we have got? We have got the every octet decimal value. So now, as you know, network bit is on bit. As you know, network bit is on bit. So, on bit is represented by 1 and host bit is off bit represented by 0. So guys, if we are just putting on the value of host bit and network bit. So how we'll put, as we know, first octet we are using for network bit, and network bit is on bit. So how I will represent this is the network bit. So I'll just represent this bit by 1, this bit by 1. So in every octet, according to the network bit value, according to the host bit value, we'll put the value. So here exactly what we are representing, we are using these bits for network bit, and these bit we are using for host bit. So last octet we are using for host bit. So over here we have just turned off all the bits. So now if we will calculate the value of this octet, so what we will get, guys? We will get 255. How? Just if we are just turning on the bits, then we get the real value. So 128.64 will be 192, 192.32 will be 224, and 224 plus 16 will be 240, and 240 plus 8 will be 248, and 248 plus 4 will be 252, 252 plus 2 will be 254, and 254 plus 1 will be 255. So guys, in first octet, what value we will get? 255. And in second octet, we will get 255, and in third octet, we will get 255, and in fourth octet, we will get 0. So exactly, guys, what we are getting this. This is the subnet mask. So exactly how subnet mask will help to your device to identify which part we are using for network bit, which part we are using for host bit, we will see over here. So guys, suppose that I have given you a IP 192.168.10.1, and I have given you a subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Then how we will get to know which part we are using for network bit and which part we are using for host bit? So guys, just see over here. If we are seeing when we will get 255, exactly what 255 is representing? Exactly 255 is representing that in this octet, every bit is on bit. And as we know, if every bit is on bit, so we will get what? 255. And as we know, when bit will be on bit, means when we will represent a bit is on bit, uh, the time when we are using this bit for network bit. Okay, guys, this is very easy. How? How my client will get to know this part we are using for network bit if we have given this subnet mask. So, guys, if your client is getting 255 in an octet, then your client will get to know that, yeah, in this octet, every bit is on bit. And, when we will say this bit is on bit means what exactly on bit represents? On bit represents the network bit. So, in this we have got my 8 bit is on, that's why I'm getting 255. So all 8 bits are using for network bit, and just like in this octet we are getting 255. So my client will get to know, okay, in this octet my all bits are turned on, so that we are using all of these bits as a network bit. So just like in third octet we are getting, 255, means over here we are just using first means all bits are for network bit. And in fourth octet we are getting what? 0. Why we are getting 0? Because fourth octet we are using for a host bit, so we have represented all bits just like 000, so the value that we will get 0. So as we will mention the subnet mask, we will get the value, means which part we are using for network bit and which part we are using for host bit. So guys, we have discussed about what is network bit, what is host bit, and how your means guys, we have discussed how we'll find the network bit, by how we'll find the host bit with the help of subnet mask. So guys, in next video we will discuss about what is a network bit and what is a host bit, and we will discuss about the CIDR value and much more that will be help for you in submitting. So guys, uh, just watch this video and suggest me if you have any doubt, if you have any problem, then we will just discuss in different video. Okay, guys, nice to teach you. Bye.